I pretty much left my previous employer. We came to a conclusion that it wasn't working out for both of us, and I left, literally packed my toolbox in my car and drove to AMS for my interview. And yeah, that was pretty crazy because the manager at the time has never seen that. Just a guy showed up with a toolbox and wanted, had an interview. So it was a pretty cool, special interview. I was so nervous I couldn't even weld, let alone kind of concentrate. And then Shane kept coming up to me and being like, "Hey, you're good, calm down." I remember I went out to lunch with them during the interview because it was lunchtime. Talked to everybody, the group that came with us. They kind of mellowed me out, and then I came back and started welding normally, and they saw something in me and took a chance, and here I am, 3.5 years later, doing some of the craziest stuff ever. The biggest part of me is that I work hard. I try my best at everything I do, no matter what I touch. And that's almost like my crippling, Achilles heel is once I grab something, like I have to keep doing it until I'm perfect, until I'm as close to perfect as possible. The one thing I would tell my kids, when they do get to that age, I have two beautiful twin girls that are, just a godsend with everything that happened with me. And Karma's a bitch. So they look just like their mom. I mean, I'm gonna be in so much trouble. But what I would tell them is, you gotta find something you're passionate about first. That's the main thing. I worked a 9-to-5 job. I was doing audio, video, making pretty good money, and it just wasn't me. There was a point in my life where I went through a really bad pitfall that I realized I got to change something about it. I can't keep doing this and being unhappy. So I just did a 360 and just took a chance and was like, I'm going to start building race cars and I'm going to start fabricating, and it worked out. And I think that's part of the hustle is you put your head down and you go to work. We're loading up Alpha G to go to Texas 2K. That by far, just us running on fumes at that point, working until 4 in the morning, 2:30 in the morning. Sometimes Ricky would stay later because I just couldn't handle it. I had to go home. But loading that car up on the trailer, knowing that we're going to unveil this thing to the masses and see what people are going to say about it, what they think. Because you have so much self-doubt about everything. You don't know if the decisions you made are going to be, cool enough for everybody. If they're going to be attractive to the general population of people that don't get, drag racing. Does it make sense? Is there function with the craziness that we committed? So by far loading that car on the trailer and kind of hitting the road was probably the greatest day of work. Just the uphill battle that everybody faced to get to that point and to hit that climax and hit that 6 was just, it was a dynasty. That was it. Everything we worked so hard for on that car, and that year, all the people involved, it was intense. It was emotional, and it's a moment that makes you feel proud. It makes you feel, this is what we did, and through the chaos and everything else, you sometimes forget stuff, but I'll never forget that one. Those are moments that will go with me to the grave, and it'll be a good story for my daughters once they start comprehending all that and when they're older. But that was the best. That was by far the best moments here at AMS, for sure.